So in this video, we'll definitely talk about Akon's new hairline. For some people, completely normal and natural. For other people, probably too aggressive, too straight. On the other hand, also the temples that are kind of way too recessed for such a low positioned hairline. So let's discuss about that, about his clinic where he went to in Turkey and all the details around it. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you stay tuned. And as always, before we start, shout out to our sponsor GoFiber. These are hair building fibers you can use to mask any thinning or patchy areas on your scalp to make your hair look thicker and better. So make sure you check out the link in the video description below where you can visit GoFiber, get a free sample of your choice and try them out. See if you like them.
That's what they did.
Yeah, they took the graph.
Because your shit looked good. It looks
It
like
looks amazing.
yeah.
So he's definitely happy with his hair transplant, and that's always the most important thing. However, there are some things that could have been done a little bit better maybe. And if we look at his hairline from here, it actually doesn't look too bad. If you look at it like compared to before, he probably must have done something from, I don't know, 2000 grafts ish plus minus to just pretty much lower it in a pretty straight way and just reconnect with the temples. I don't think the temples have been done at all. Okay, so it's just the pure lowering of the hairline. This is again his before footage from 2017. Now if we look at his face from the right side, it's looking about the same as here, so no main issues. However, if you look at him from the front, you would want to have a little bit of curvature in his frontal hairline because it's just looking too straight in my opinion. It could have been done a little bit of curved, as it is the case with Jamie Foxx, for example, who has done multiple hair transplants as well, and he has definitely more natural results in my opinion. Also, the reason could be because his temples are also a little bit like brought forward compared to Akon.
Like Tory Lanez should have went to your guy.
I told him, nigga. I said, Tory, you should have came to my man. Like, nigga.
Now, for all of you guys who've been watching my videos, you know what happened to Tory Lanez. He got a hair transplant in the US, paid about 50 to 100,000, got additional like non-surgical treatment like PRPs on top of his hair transplant. It looked like that initially, actually quite good of a result until he started losing more hair right here on the mid scalp and crown. And we have seen many pictures like that with Tory with pretty much no hair on the mid scalp and crown. Now, this is not a result of a failed hair transplant necessarily, but because he is young, the hair loss is more aggressive and more progressive compared to Akon, who is 49, and Tory Lanez probably did not get on any medication like finasteride, a potent 5-alpha reductase inhibitor or minoxidil or other, effective treatments. So that's the reason why this happened. And Akon is kind of, or the host of this show is kind of referring to that. So they're kind of making some jokes on that.
Yeah, bro, you gotta,
And Turkey's known for that.
Turkey is known for two things. That's hair and teeth. They're really good.
So he probably went to Turkey because they kind of specialize in hair transplants, and that's definitely like true. Like there is no other place in the world probably besides India where there are more hair transplants being performed on a daily basis than Turkey. And it's Turkey, the number is kind of estimated around like 1,500 to 2,000 procedures on a single day basis.
Are you worried about like paying $7,500 for something so serious when you have the money to do the 50?
No, because here they're overcharging. Anything
Okay.
related to healthcare or any kind of medical procedure, America, I mean, they tag on 10 times.
Because I think some people.
So another reason he probably went to Turkey is because he didn't feel like they're overcharging him. And Akon, coming from Africa, obviously from a country that is poor fundamentally, I think he's kind of aware of that pricing, and he just doesn't want to support, I guess, the US market where they charge him like 50 grand, like it was the case in Tory Lanez, and he just rather goes to Turkey. Yeah, understand that for sure. He paid $7,500 for his hair transplant, and this is actually obviously cheap compared to the US standard. But if we go to the clinic who did his surgery, and he made a photo with one of the surgeons who is in that clinic, the clinic is called Arena Med. This is, by the way, the same clinic where Loris Karius went, and all of you guys who've been watching my channel, it's used to be a goalkeeper, very famous one until he was not as popular anymore. But he also went to the same clinic. So this is the clinic where both of these guys went, including Akon, and it's interesting to me, like once I noticed their offer, like 1600 euro, 1600 USD, for like a package offer type of deal. This is like the not the entirely danger zone type of clinic, but it's already kind of in the danger zone because it's charging like $2,000 and less for like as much as 5,000 grafts, as you can see here. So I'm wondering here, do they have like some type of underground clinic where they are charging like $7,500 for celebrities like Akon, possibly even Loris Karius? Because this doesn't make sense why he would pay like $7,500 at this clinic when other normal patients who come there pay probably less than 2,000. So that's the first thing that kind of got my attention. This clinic, in my opinion, is not like the highest quality clinic you can choose. So again, he probably got a better doctor involvement since he paid $7,500 here. He got probably the best possible team from that clinic working on him, meaning best technicians, best assistants doing the best possible extraction, assistants working the longest for that clinic, highest doctor involvement from this main guy, the main doctor there. Probably maybe some additional treatments that they're offering, non-surgical stem cell type of treatments they're offering, maybe underground for some selective patients, 0.1% of individuals who are celebrities and Instagram influencers, maybe. So that's to be debated, absolutely. But again, I'm not impressed with that clinic overall. If you're a normal guy and you want to come to this clinic to have a surgery, you're probably not going to be handled with so much attention and care compared to Akon, who gets who has a dinner with the founder and stuff like that. Okay, come on guys, it's not working like that. Now, as far as his result overall, actually it seems like it grew in very well. It's looking very full. That's on the plus side, although he might be using hair fibers everywhere here because the dark hair, the black hair, it's super easy to use with hair fibers, and it's looking super natural, and it's hard to detect whether the person is using hair fibers or not. So again, this was his before photo and this is the after photo. Again, my opinion, the hairline should have been lowered, but with a more curvature, and the temples should have been brought forward a little bit more to achieve more natural result. So the risk of doing that for all you guys who are in your 20s and 30s, because that's the audience that is interested in hair transplants nowadays, like if you do that, you're more likely than not to end up with an island of hair, especially if you do it in your 20s, because the rest will keep on thinning and receding, like it was the case with Tory Lanez, and you have seen it already. Now, if Akon does it, whose hair loss was even not so aggressive throughout all of his life, I mean, he looked like this in his mid-40s. I mean, this is not a bad hair loss at all. So he was more able to get away with that, but I'm afraid most of the guys in your 20s and 30s will not be able to do it. So that is why I would more suggest you to go with a more conservative approach, doing something that, Jamie Foxx did, a little bit higher positioning, a little bit curvature in the frontal hairline, okay, and not going so aggressive with that first surgery already. Remember, you can always lower the hairline, you can always, do the hairline first and then do the temples additionally, which I think will make sense for Akon as well, to even it out, to make that appearance a little bit more natural. If he's going to square off those temples with the next surgery, maybe he's going to do it, maybe not. So always, start slower and don't go so greedy, like you want to have all that hair when you were like 15. So as we have seen in this case, and also, considering this clinic right here, they are pretty efficient in getting your hair back pretty inexpensively. I mean, if you get 5,000 grafts, pay $1,600, you pay like close to $0.25 for a graft, which is super, like, it's unbelievable. It's even possible in 2022. But then you can see those hairlines that are not quite representable for a guy of a certain age, and we have seen it in Karius' case, where the hairline also was quite, strongly defined and was not the most natural one either, although all grew in well. So there are definitely some clinics that I would still avoid, most of them in Turkey in 2022, and a small percentage of clinics that I definitely still recommend and I like for my clients. Clinics I visited in Turkey over the last couple of years, and it's been like 15 of them I personally visited. Not all of them were good, unfortunately, so there are few of them that I still like. So if you want me to help you with your hair transplant in Turkey, assistance, guidance, finding a good repair surgeon, not just in Turkey, worldwide, also focus on Afro-American type of hair, then make sure you check out the link in the video description below where you can learn more about how I can help you out one-on-one. That was it from me, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna be seeing you soon in another video. Take care.